Hello, hello, good evening. 8:35, almost the end of the month, July 29th. I am back with room 3 of my attempt to get all the endings in 999. Um, Hope you enjoyed the drawing I made very, very late. Usually I get those out in the first week, but I was lazy and I couldn't really think of anything I wanted to draw. So yeah, I just drew 7 because so far that's my favorite character. Vibe wise and looks wise, you know. So I just drew him. No reason. Uh, but yeah, let's get started. I feel like our route's gonna be really short today, so I feel like we can get started on another one. You know, just cause I feel like I only have like 2 blocks left for 3 or room 3 route. I guess let's see. Is it this one? Probably. Yeah, it is this one. Oh yeah, like this is like done. I guess we'll see how it transitions into the submarine, but I don't know. All right. Outside of the shower room was a hallway that extended off to the right and the left.
There's a large iron door at the end.
Let's take a look.
They'd moved a few steps towards the door when Junpei heard the sound of "They love metal on metal." Wow, it's like the 10th time they've said that.
Huh?
They turned around. Seven was doing something to the door of the shower room.
What are you doing, Seven?
Well, I figure maybe we might want to come back here sometime. So, I stuck the broom in there to keep the door from shutting. Alright.
Oh, right, that's why. Yeah, when we went down this route. That's what he said to us too. With that, he stood up and began walking down the hallway. He brushed past Junpei and kept going. Still mad, I would be too. After a moment, the rest of them followed him. Before long, they found themselves at the large iron door. They'd only been there for a moment when June spoke up.
Jumpy, look!
He turned. There, on the right side of the hallway, was a piece of paper attached to the wall.
What's up?
What's that on the wall there?
Oh, I think it's...
Junpei ran over and peeled it off. Another
a map
map.
of the ship's interior?
Wow.
It says C deck.
So it's the map for this floor, then. We'll have time to study it later. Let's keep going for now.
Junpei folded the map and stuffed it into his pocket. Back at the door, the 4 of them lined up in front of it. Santa stepped forward. He grabbed hold of the door and then turned to look back at the rest of them.
Ready? I'm gonna open it.
They nodded. Santa nodded back and threw the door open. All 4 of them leapt through.
What the?
You're shitting me.
Are we? It took only a moment for them to realize where they were. Oh, right, they're back. They'd been there only a short time ago. It was the large hospital room filled with countless beds. Lotus and Clover looked up as they entered. Yeah, they're gonna have to shoehorn me into this route. Somehow. Ace was there as well, although he looked as though he'd only just woken up.
Clover! Lotus! And Ace! I'm glad you're all okay. Lotus? What are you...
The moment they spotted Junpei, Lotus and Clover headed straight for him. As she neared him, Lotus drew back her hand and slapped him, open-palmed, across the face.
How could you do this to us?
Her face was furious. She grabbed Junpei by the collar and shook him violently. Clover didn't touch him, but the hate in her eyes was no less potent. It was Seven who stopped them.
Knock it off! We got bigger shit to worry about right now.
His deep voice echoed across the massive room. Lotus glared at Seven, but let Junpei go after one last vicious shake.
What?
Go have a look. I stuck the screwdriver in the door. That door over there, the one without a number. So long as the screwdriver's there, it can't shut, so you can get in there. There's a shower room past there. I stuck a broom at the door there, too. Anyway, go take a look.
Then you're saying we can go in there without passing through the numbered door?
Yeah, it's about the size of it.
Wait, what the hell is in there?
You'll know when you see it.
You shouldn't
Fine,
see
let's go.
Clover. No. Lotus and Clover looked at one another for a moment, then nodded and stepped through the door. By then, Ace had made his way to them, moving with the stiff, shuffling steps of someone who had just only awakened from a lengthy slumber.
My goodness. I know I said I was sure you'd come back for me. I didn't think it would happen so soon, though.
Ace shook his head weakly.
Should I go as well?
You know what happened in there, buddy. You don't need to go in. Seven nodded.
Very well.
Ace followed Lotus and Clover with his stiff, tired gait. The squeal of tortured metal, they loved that term too, made Junpei's teeth curl. It sounded like the noise a ghost would make. No matter how many times he heard it, he never got used to it. Every time, it put him on edge. It didn't help that there was a girl nearby who'd look far more like a ghost than a living human should. It was oh, she didn't go in? Or this is after she saw it? It's probably afterwards. Yeah, we went through this. She sat on the edge of the bed, her head drooping listlessly onto her chest. Her eyes were blank and stared across the room at nothing. Her breathing was slow and mechanical. Aside from the rise and fall of her chest, she did not move. Junpei felt as if even a nudge might cause her to shatter into 1,000 pieces.
Snake was probably murdered. Chances are he was killed the same way the ninth man was.
Okay, and then maybe when Clover suggests this time, like, one of us did it, I can agree, maybe, just for fun. Seven lowered his voice, likely in an effort to keep Clover from hearing what he had to say. There were 4 other people in the room with Junpei and Seven. Ace, Santa, June, and Lotus. Seven looked at each one of them in turn, and continued.
It's pretty straightforward. Not that hard to figure out how they did it.
Yep.
First, the killers got Snake to authenticate on the red to open door 3. Then they shoved him into it.
Yep, this is the same. This is the
They waited
same.
9 seconds for the door to shut. Once that door shut, it was all over for Snake. But he didn't give up. He probably knew it wouldn't do him any good, but he probably ran into the shower room looking for the dead. It was a small chance, but it wasn't like he had anything to lose. Unfortunately, it didn't work. The detonator is only deactivated if everybody who authenticated when they went in. Snake was the only one who went through the door.
Yep.
And then, 81 seconds after he was shoved in, that happened.
I see. So that's what you meant by killers, huh? You need at least 3 people to open one of the numbered doors, including Snake.
You know what? I didn't catch that the first time. That's right. There has to be at least 2 people.
It wouldn't open for Snake and a single killer.
Yeah, that means we're looking at multiple perps here.
Junpei crossed his arms and grunted.
Well, just in case, I want to make sure. Let's say you're right. When do you think Snake was killed?
When we all split up to look for the parts for the Reds, I think. Right after that was when we noticed he was gone.
Then that means none of us have alibis.
Unfortunately, June couldn't have
We were
done
all off searching the rooms we'd been assigned, looking for those parts.
Yeah, that means anybody could be a killer.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about?
it. June seemed shocked.
How can you say that so casually? You're implying that one of us is a killer.
More than one of
Not
us.
just one of us.
Yeah.
If I'm right, then at least 2 of us.
You
are
know what? Maybe I
murderers.
did catch that the first time and I just don't remember because I have such bad memory.
Why don't you calm down a bit, Seven? What are you going to gain by being so suspicious? That's what Zero wants, you know?
What Zero wants?
Exactly. This game was set up by Zero,
Yeah,
wasn't
yep.
it? Any game has a winner and loser. Whoever makes it through door 9 is a winner, and those who don't are the losers. Zero is trying to make us fight against one another for that victory.
And
Okay.
you're saying that Zero is
This
trying
is
to
the
split
exact
us
same
up by
stuff
making...
that we
Yes,
talked
that is
about
why
earlier.
we can't let ourselves. We have to trust one another.
Yeah,
and
this is
form
the
a
same
strong-
exact
Otherwise,
text.
we'll end up ensnared by Zero's.
Of course,
Then
of
does
course.
that mean that the person who killed Snake...
Yes, almost. If
Of
there's
course,
anyone
of
we
course.
should
And
doubt,
then she
he
should pop up
masterminded this
soon.
game and kidnapped. Doesn't it seem reasonable?
Yep, Clover should interject.
Question.
Yep,
If
of
Zero
course,
killed
Junpei didn't
Snake,
consider
Then
that.
Zero is on the ship with us.
But Zero's still. Sure. Oh, it tells us. Yeah. Of course. Sure. Of course he was. That was obvious.
But I don't.
Zero was somewhere on the ship, but Junpei had no idea where. Junpei mumbled to himself, lost in thought.
Where could Zero be hiding?
Suddenly, everyone went very quiet. The silence was cold and clammy, and Junpei could feel it crawling across his back and around his throat. Again, he heard the ghosting moaning noise, and moments later, a person who looked more ghost than human appeared. Ryan, now she's gonna suggest it. It was Clover. She looked at the floor as she spoke, and her voice was cold
I
monotone.
think
One of us did
Zero
it.
is one of us.
Of course. Of course we knew this. Every human body in the room froze. The only sound was the muffled rustling of breath. Eyes darted from face to face. One of those faces was the face of their jailer. But who? Was he one of them? Yes. This time, yes.
Well, that's possible.
Huh?
Like Clover said, Zero might be one of us.
What are you saying, Jumpy? Didn't you hear what Ace said?
Exactly. I said we shouldn't suspect one another for no reason.
No reason. I've got a great reason. And what's that? The bracelets.
Huh? He held out his left arm.
Why are the bombs in our bodies connected to the bracelets? You're all thinking Zero's hiding somewhere watching us, right? If he's doing that, then he could just detonate the bombs by remote control if someone did something they weren't supposed to. It would be a lot more precise and a lot easier. But if that's the case, then why is the bomb set off by the detonator in the bracelet? Huh. You got a point. I'm not done. Try applying the same ideas to the Nonary game. All of the puzzles here run all by themselves. In other words, Zero doesn't have to be controlling them for the game to move forward. Why's that? Why would Zero bother to do something like that?
Junpei let the question hang in the air and looked at the others. It was Santa who answered.
So let's say you and Clover are right. Zero's one of us. If that's the case, then it'd be really hard for him to keep track of all of us or control anything remotely. That's why all the puzzles run by themselves. That's what you're getting at, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for the explanation. I was a bit lost. Junpei nodded.
Seven, when we were talking earlier, you said any one of us could be Snake's killer, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Alright then. I've got a question for you, Ace. You said something like Zero must be the one who killed Snake, right?
I've always suspected Ace.
Yes, something like that. I can't think of any other explanation.
So what do we get if we combine those? They fit together pretty well, I think. Something like this. Whoever killed Snake is Zero. Hence, Zero is one of us. Seven and Ace's theories aren't mutually exclusive. They actually complement each other pretty well.
Okay, that didn't really take a
At
genius
least
to
they
figure
do
out, I
if
guess.
Zero is one of us.
No one spoke. Their faces were grim, but Junpei wasn't sure if they believed him or not. Finally, Lotus spoke up.
What were his motives?
His motives?
Yes, isn't that pretty important? Why would Zero want to hide as one of us?
Oh, well, that's because...
Junpei choked. He hadn't thought of that, and he had to be honest with himself. He had no idea.
I don't know.
Lotus sighed.
Well, so much for making a persuasive argument, Junpei.
In other words, you only had circumstantial evidence.
I don't really think that's enough to go on, you know?
Ah,
Gugh. Junpei was painfully aware of their eyes on him, and their disapproval. He tried to find something else, anything else to look at. Then, in that horrible silence. Uh-oh. They heard a bell begin to ring. It was the clock at the central staircase.
It's 3 in the morning.
That means we have 3 hours left.
Oh boy, 3 a.m.
Then we need to move now. Seven, Clover, Junpei, I know how you feel, but you do understand that right now it's important we trust one another, don't you?
you're right, but...
Junpei couldn't bring himself to respond. He swallowed the words he wanted to say and sighed. Seven and Clover remained similarly silent. Their eyes were looking at something somewhere else, very far away.
We must go. We have very little time left.
Ace's words put their feet to moving. They all knew where they were going.
Our next destination is Mercury. Here we go.
They stood in front of the elevators next to the stairs that led to the casino and the kitchen. Between the two elevators was a card reader with the Mercury symbol engraved on it. Hello, Big Sandy. We are not probably finishing the game tonight because technically I already finished the game. One of the endings, though. So we're just trying to fill out all these panels. So we're going to finish this rightmost one tonight at the very least because I'm almost done. And I guess we'll see if it leads the same exact route because it's shoehorning us into this. But yeah, after that, no, we have to still do the central route. We got to do this whole entire area I have not filled out, so we are not finishing this. You know what? It's a good time, though, so it's all right. Junpei stood in front of it with the Mercury keycard.
Oh, that's the...
Yeah, I found it in the shower room.
Oh, I see. It's got the Mercury symbol.
He took a deep breath and slid the card through the reader. It made a small beep, and the lights on the reader blinked to life.
Now we can go.
7 people, including Junpei, climbed onto the elevator. This is new. I don't think this happened last time. Unless I'm misremembering.
Looks like there's only 2 floor buttons working.
Yeah. No, I don't think all of us hopped into the elevator.
C and bottom.
The rest were destroyed or did nothing when pushed.
Time to head down then.
Junpei hit the bottom button. The door closed. Slowly, they began to move downward. Sometime later, all 7 of them stepped off the elevator onto the bottom deck. They stepped off and saw that the hallway to their right ended somewhere between 20 and 25 feet from them. The hallway in front was a dead end, but not a regular dead end. A number 2.
This is a number...
Yeah, it's door 2.
Immediately, they began to discuss who'd go through.
So who should go through the door this time?
We don't need to be discussing who we're leaving behind this time, right?
Right. It's set up so we'll be able to meet up again once we get through the numbered doors.
Yeah, so the first time I did through this, I went left, center, and then went to this rightmost route. It didn't, it was just the 2 of us or 3 of us that were down there, and then we scoped it out. But yeah, this time, I got to pick between which one I wanted to go through last time, but I think this time it's forcing me to go through this door. So we'll see how that goes and see if that changes anything.
Then there's no need for arguments at this point.
We should figure out who's going in first.
Very well. Would anyone like to volunteer?
I do.
I'll do it.
The first to speak up was 7.
I'll go too.
Then I suppose I need to go too then.
Oh, so the story's just forcing you to do this. Okay, never mind. I thought it'd be more interesting. Junpei followed suit, which meant Lotus was by default the 3rd member. Yep, 5 plus 7 plus 8 equals 20. 2 plus 0 equals 2.
All right, we're taking off.
That's so funny that Junpei, immediately accepted that in this route, that he'd just go with 7 and Lotus. I guess to force that decision on us.
Okay, please be careful.
Jesus. You 2 are acting like you're married, you know that?
Oh,
June blushed. So did Junpei.
Don't be silly. Cut it out.
Perhaps in an attempt to hide his emotions, he quickly turned away to pull the lever on the red. The door opened. As they'd come to expect, there appeared to be a short hallway on the other side.
All right, let's go.
Lotus was the first through the door.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
7 was next, and Junpei brought up the rear.
Where the hell is it this time?
Okay, we're still here.
I don't see it.
There it is. It's right there.
Fortunately, it took them only moments to find the dead. It had been placed just inside the room, right next to the numbered door. They gathered around it and quickly scanned each of the bracelets.
It stopped.
Yeah, it stopped.
Junpei could feel his heart pounding against the inside of his ribs. Seven and Lotus were breathing hard and fast.
Man, I'll never get used to that.
I'm not sure it's something I'd want to get used to. We should finish this game before imminent death becomes a normal thing.
Damn right.
All right.
Junpei looked around again.
This hallway's pretty short, but it's got 5 doors.
Okay, we're still on that.
3 on the left.
You know what? I feel like it's just gonna like throw me into the room after this, and then I feel like I don't have to listen to any of this.
And only 1 on the right.
Don't forget the last one at the end of the hall.
But it's got a metal plate over it, so I doubt we're gonna get anywhere that way.
After taking a look around the room himself, Seven spoke.
All right, let's get started. I think we'd probably better split up. You two okay with that?
Yes, no problem.
Sure thing.
Then I'll take this first one.
Seven nodded to them and stepped into the room closest to him.
I'll try the one next to it.
Goodbye. At last, Junpei was left
Well,
alone.
I guess I'd better get started too.
And we will not be doing this puzzle because we already did this. And it looks the same. We will not be seeking a way out tonight. We already found it. Goodbye. All right, so I think that's literally it for this route. Nothing else happened. Okay. So what we're gonna do, so basically if people didn't catch the ending to this one, it's basically Lotus 7. They escape this room, they escape another room, you find some stuff out about them. You know, Seven used to be a cop. Lotus lost her daughters to this 9 years ago. And then they go to find the others. Everyone's dead. They find a submarine room, and then everyone dies. And you don't know who the killer is. That's essentially this route. So that's the end of that. Let's go here. Boop. And let's save. Yeah, let's overwrite that. Okay, and since we already saw the story part, we're gonna skip it.
Well, we can't, right?
It's basically which door do you want to
You
pick?
say something?
No.
Yeah.
Huh?
Well,
Oh,
you first.
it's the same.
Got it. You're next.
Well,
What?
who, me?
You guys don't get a pick.
All
Yep.
right. Junpei.
All right, my door is gonna be number 8. I guess is the only one I haven't done.
I think I'm gonna go with door 8.
Okay. 8 it is.
Who's with 8? Shoot, I don't even know who door 8's gonna be. So Lotus goes 8. Oh, that's it. Okay. Lotus is the only person on our team so far.
Yeah.
All right then. That means June's got to go through 7.
What? Why?
What?
Santa grimaced and muttered angrily to himself, but finally began to explain.
If the 6 of us are going to keep going without leaving anyone behind, there are only 3 ways we can do it.
Plan A,
Have 3, 5, and 8 go through 7, and 4, 6, and 7 go through 8.
Plan B,
4, 5, and 7 go through 7, and 3, 6, and 8 go through 8.
Plan C,
Or 3, 6, and 7 go through 7, and 4, 5, and 8 get 8. There are no other combinations. In other words, 3 and 4 and 7 and 8 can never go through the same doors. You get it now?
As Santa finished, June looked over at Junpei, tears welling up at the corner of her eyes.
Oh no. You're saying we aren't going to see each other again for a long time.
A long time, a whole hour. Wow. Junpei felt just as June did. He wanted to be at her side through whatever trials they were preparing to face. But he knew if they were to survive, he had to swallow his feelings. In order for the six of them to move forward, he and June had to be separated. He looked at June. He was scared to lose her, but he swallowed, steeled his resolve, and did his best to smile.
Hey, come on. You're making it sound like we're never gonna see each other again. We gotta split up, but only for a while. This is just like when we went into the 4 and 5 doors, remember? We got split up then too, but we all met back up. I'll bet 7 and 8 are just like that.
You mean they're connected somewhere?
Yeah,
Probably.
She didn't sound very hopeful. It was Seven that interjected.
I'm sure they're gonna connect somewhere.
Why? What makes you think so?
If they don't, then neither team can get through door 9. In other words, the game would end right here. Zero's been on top of his shit so far. I'm damn sure that son of a bitch wants to have his fun as long as possible. He's not gonna end this game until we get through the 9 door.
June said nothing. The tears were gone, but her eyes were still sad as they looked at Junpei. He met them, and with what reassurance he could manage, laid his hand gently on his shoulder.
everything's gonna be fine. We're gonna see each other again. I promise.
June bit her lip and gave him an almost imperceptible nod.
Yes. Promise?
Her voice was barely above a whisper. Thana's voice shattered the moment.
You guys are done, right?
He stretched and continued.
Anyway, that's pretty much it. Clover and I will both go into separate groups. I figure I'll take 7 and Clover can take 8. Any problems with that, Clover?
Clover looked away and was silent for a moment.
Whatever.
It was more of a dismissal than an agreement, but Santa didn't seem to care.
All right, we're ready to go then. Let's move.
At Santa's command, the group split and headed for their respective doors. Santa, 7, and June walked towards door 7, while Clover, Lotus, and Junpei headed for door 8. I think this is the first Clover we get. I don't think we've gone through something with Clover before. So we'll see what her lore is. For a long moment, they stood in front of the door. Lotus laid her hand against her chest and turned to Junpei and Clover.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then shall we go?
We shall. No preamble. Wow.
It's open.
A narrow hallway stretched out before them.
Okay.
Hurry!
Lotus and Clover leapt through the door. The moment they did, their bracelets beeped. The detonators in the bracelets had been activated. Junpei stepped forward to follow them. Oh, and then caught June's eyes, right? Yeah. He looked to his left, toward door 7. June stood there, a mirror image of Junpei. Of course, same stuff. She turned and looked toward him. Their eyes met.
June.
Jumpy.
They nodded. Their farewell took almost 1.5 seconds.
What the hell are you doing?
Then someone took a hold of Junpei's arms and hauled him bodily through the door. He heard the sound of the numbered door slammed shut behind him. His bracelet gave a cold electronic beep.
81 seconds left. Hurry!
Lotus snapped at him and ran to the dead.
Ugh.
Junpei and Clover followed her as fast as they could. That was quick. Wow. With a shaking hand, she wiped a few beads of sweat from her forehead. Pardon? A few beads of sweat from her forehead. Clover, however, was calm, aloof perhaps.
Pointless.
She muttered to herself without emotion and began to walk down the hallway, leaving behind a confused Junpei and Lotus. Lotus watched the girls receding back with a mix of frustration and curiosity.
What an unpleasant girl. I bet she's not very popular with the boys.
Her sarcasm seemed a little more biting than was perhaps necessary, but she sighed and started off after the younger girl.
Maybe pairing these two together was a mistake. Too late now. I better catch up to them.
After taking a moment to catch his breath, Junpei followed.
Ah, it's a dead end.
The hallway made a number of turns before at last coming to a dead end.
There's a door on the left, though.
For a few, that means it's not a dead end. What do you mean? For a few minutes, they stood in front of the door, examining it. Laboratory. Above the door was a plate with the word laboratory engraved on it.
A laboratory? Huh.
Oh, that doesn't sound very pleasant. I don't like the look of this place.
Me either. But there aren't any other doors. It's not like we have a lot of choices.
Junpei,
Huh?
please, you first.
Junpei suspected her politeness was motivated by something other than respect.
Ugh, fine.
Junpei muttered to himself and pushed open the iron door. His first steps inside the room were tentative and careful, but as he examined the room, it became clear that there was no imminent danger. Lotus followed him in, and Clover brought up the rear. The room they found themselves in was divided into two separate areas by a curved wall. A thick glass window built into that wall made it possible to see into the other side of the division.
You know, I think the window looks into another room.
Maybe it's for monitoring something.
Junpei walked to the window and looked through.
What the hell?
He wasn't sure what else to say. In the center of the room, shaped like a quarter circle, a mannequin lay on what looked like a medical exam table.
Looks so creepy.
Junpei jumped a little. He hadn't noticed Lotus come up next to him.
It's kind of like that doll is waiting for surgery.
This is a laboratory, right? I'd say it's more like it's waiting to be experimented on.
Ooh,
It's creepy either way. You don't think that thing's gonna suddenly sit up or something, do you?
well, I don't know. I mean, look at all those cables sticking out of it. If we press the wrong button, I don't know.
Stop it. Just thinking about it is terrifying.
She was gripping her arms. The knuckle was on her hand, white.
Wait, where's Clover?
She was still standing near the entrance of the room. Her face had the appearance of calm, but it was drawn and somehow sad.
What is she?
There was something almost pitiful about her. Junpei walked over to her, and as kindly as he could, spoke.
Are you okay?
Of course she's not. Her brother's probably he is dead, but she doesn't know that yet. Get this fan going. It is hot. Clover looked away.
What are you talking about?
What? I'm just worried about you. You've been real quiet.
What? I can't be quiet if I want to?
Well, I mean, of course you can. I just...
Okay then. If I can be quiet if I want, just leave me alone, okay?
Come on, you know I can't do that. We gotta work together.
Clover bit her lip and was silent for a
Junpei,
moment.
you
oh,
just
my
don't
goodness.
get it!
Her cry took Junpei by surprise, and me, and he stumbled backwards a few steps, alarmed.
My brother's not the kind of person who just leave me behind! Something happened to him! Something bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, yeah. Junpei had nothing to say. Lotus, jolted from her mannequin nightmares by Clover's voice, turned towards them.
What happened?
Clover's eyes slid to Lotus, then back to Junpei.
Look, just don't bother me, okay? Leave me alone.
Finished, she turned around. Before Junpei or Lotus could say anything, Clover had begun to walk away quickly.
Hey, wait, Clover! Hold on!
I told you to leave me alone!
He might as well have been talking to a wall for all the notice she took of his rise. Oh my goodness, I can't read today. Not even slowing down, she made for the doorway cut in the wall in front of her. Without even slowing down, she passed through the doorway.
Clover, watch out above you!
A guillotine? No. And without warning, an iron gate fell from the ceiling like a portcullis. Ceiling, Clover, and I assume that's like the... What is it? I assume that's like the thing that comes down on like castle gates or something. I wouldn't know, but I'm assuming. Let me look that up. I'm curious. Yeah. It's a castle door thingy. Whatever. Whatever it's called. A portcullis, I guess. Alright, the more you know.
What the heck? What's going on here?
Clover grabbed a hold of the iron bars and shook them as hard as she could.
Hang on. I'll get it open.
Oh, for crying out. You'll never do it on your own.
Junpei grabbed the bars and pulled. In a moment, Lotus joined them. The three of them pulled as hard as they could, but...
Damn it! It's not moving.
Wait! Are you gonna give up? Just like that?
No, I'm not giving up. This has got to be another one of Zero's puzzles.
If it is,
What
then
else
there's
would
gotta
it
be a
be?
way to open it.
Junpei nodded.
Just what I was thinking. Now all we gotta do is find it. Lotus and I can look around out here. Clover, you're gonna have to see if you can find anything in there.
Oh, yes, I'm on it.
This is... I think this is the first puzzle where, like, you know, where we've actually had to split up and do stuff. Or, like, forced to split up and do stuff, I guess. Let's save. We haven't saved in a bit. Alright. How many screens? Oh my god, we have a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. Okay. Knock knock. Junpei, do something, please. Okay, nothing. A silver handrail. A window made of really thick glass. I don't even think a bullet could break it. Excellent. I see a grate up there. That's gonna come in handy later. More glass. Oh, I could just see inside. Is this like an examination table? There's a creepy mannequin in here, guys. That's what we were talking about this whole time, dude. I don't know what kind of table this is, but part of it's all black. There's a pen lying over there. I think someone probably used it to make the table black. Well, if they only used the pen on one part of it, there's probably something underneath all that pen. Clover, do you think you can erase it? Yeah, sure. Oh, this is permanent marker. Junpei, do you know how to erase ink from a permanent marker? You don't. Give me a minute, Clover. Let me Google this. What do you mean I'll be right back, dude? The rack. There's a bunch of cables on it. Somebody cut the outer stuff off the cables. I can see the wires inside. I wonder what they washed here. There are these weird color stains all over the sink. I think this thing's a monitor for whatever experiment they're running here. There's a bunch of stuff on here like resistance value and voltage. The power's off, so there's nothing on it right now. I wonder what this is. This thing here looks like a voltmeter. And is this the control for that? Gosh, there's so many dials. Why don't you try turning one of them? Nope. Nothing. There's no power here, guys. I turned the dial a whole bunch, but even if I turn all the switches on, nothing happens. Oh, that's a channel drain, huh? That's right up my alley in real life. Well, there's nothing here. Alright. That's it. Goodbye. Are these numbers? Oh, it's just a control. Red light. Of course it's locked. Of course we got it. Yes, of course it's a lock. It's gotta be locked. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. All this exposition. How do we change the light to green? I just wanted to look at the keypad. No. Alright, well. I assume it's 3 digits. What's this? There's a lot of stuff here. I don't know how we could use any of these. Well, I can say for sure that I do know how to use at least one of these things. Which one? The one on top. I think it's a power cable. The power cable, I'll take that. Thank you. Wow, she knows how to use a power cable. Excellent. Do you remember if we ran into anything that didn't have power? Wow. Takes a genius to operate one of these. That's crazy. Okay. Anything else? Nope. That's it. Ooh, a key. Alright. This looks like a keyhole for the activation key. What else would it be? Keyboard? I just want to look. Of course it powers it on. Well, it doesn't appear to be doing that. I wonder how we're supposed to turn it on. Perhaps the key right there. The game's gonna keep bugging me if I touch all these things. The hands on the clock have stopped moving. The clock may stop, but time goes on. No time to screw around. We need to figure out a way out of here. Okay, well the key has got to be in one of these stupid lockers. This one. Yes. Never mind. Ethanol. Great. Ethanol. I wonder if this is for antisepsis. Oh, it says anhydrous ethanol. Anhydrous? Is that different from regular ethanol? Come on, that's common knowledge. Anhydrous ethanol is a powerful cleaner. It can even erase marks left by a permanent marker. Okay. Useful. A whole bunch of steel lockers. The 9 on the right all have little lights on them. Red lights. Well, of course it will hurt to give these babies a try. Locked tight. I wonder if there's anything important in there. Gee, I wonder. These lockers are a little larger than the ones on top. Well, let's see if there's anything useful. Nope. Nothing. Boop boop. Mouse. Boop boop. Keyboard. Boop boop. Monitor. Power isn't on. Oh, there is a power button. This is a waste of time. Huh? I don't see a power cable. Ooh, yeah, you're right. No power cable. This thing isn't even connected to a main computer, though. Got a monitor, keyboard, mouse, but that's it. Just sticking the power cable in isn't going to do anything. Oh, I don't know about that. Huh? Junpei, can we get back to whatever we were talking about, please? This computer doesn't have a power cable. Nope, it sure doesn't. And... Don't say and. It's rude. Have you already forgotten what you just picked up? What? That's a lot of dialogue to tell me to use the cable. There you go, cable. Alright, let's just slip you in. Huh? Well, shoot. I can't use this. What's wrong? This cable has 3 prongs, but the socket only has 2 holes. It's not gonna fit, that's what I'm saying. In other words, we're gonna need a plug to change the power cable to one with 2 prongs. That's right. More looking around. Gotta be... Maybe if I turn these... Oop, nope. There are 2 levers here. Do you think they activate something? Well, why don't you move one? Alright, I'll give it a try. No. Doesn't look like anything happened. Well, I guess the cable. Okay, one side of this thing is in the room with us. The other side extends into the laboratory where Clover is. In other words, the console in front of us. is connected to the device in the laboratory. It's a clock. Yep. That's all we got. That's all we got. That's all we got. Nothing, nothing, okay. Nope. More stuff in these lockers. No. Anything on top? Yes. They're cardboard boxes. There's some papers and stuff in them. What's in the box? They look quite full. As far as I can tell, it's a bunch of notes about some kind of experiments, but they're all really technical and stuff. I don't really get it. That's it? Where else can we look? Clover. There's a door in the back, isn't there? Wait right there. I'll take a look. Nart. Oh no, it's locked. I can't get it to move. Of course. Alright, yep. Silver handrail. Oh, I wonder if I can, like, do this and, like, squeeze it through the crack. I feel like I could, like, squeeze the bottle through here. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Big IQ. Clover, use this ethanol. You should be able to wipe off that permanent ink with it. What am I gonna wipe with? Oh, well, your clothes, of course. Ha ha ha. Kidding. Just kidding. Please don't look at me like that. You're scaring me. Alright, let's take a gander. Right here. Clover, can you use the cloth on the table? Use... Huh? Soak it in ethanol and then use it to wash off all the stuff from the permanent marker, okay? Right, okay, so I'm gonna soak the cloth with ethanol. Well, she's got the cloth, but she seems to be having a little trouble with the bottle of ethanol. When she's ready, I should ask her to get to work on that stuff. She is ready. She's ready right now. Go. Soak the cloth in ethanol and... What? She's not ready? Oh, she is. Okay. Junpei, it's working. It's wiping the permanent ink off. Huh? There's some kind of weird drawing under all the permanent ink. What's the deal with the drawing Clover found? Maybe... What do you mean? Why can't I just ask her right now? I'd have to click on it again. Come on. I wonder what this is. There's a bunch of numbers in some kind of grid, like Sudoku. I can't see it from here. Clover, you've got a pen and a notebook, right? Could you, write those down and then hand them to me through the bars? Okay. Roger. Alright, click on this again. Give it to me. Here, Junpei. I wrote down all the numbers from the desk on here. Paper with numbers. Great. New material. Great. What did we get? 4 numbers and 3 cells. Tic-tac-toe. Alright, can't do these yet. Yeah, I don't know where the key is, though. Where else would I find the key? Maybe I can give this prong to Clover. Here you go. This cable. Nope. What else can I use the cable on? This thing? Can I use it on this? Nope. 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 What, the key? Yeah, the right key. Okay. Who else needs a power cable? Nobody. Well, I'm clicking on everything. Nope. Nope. What is it? 2-pronged plug. Yeah. Yeah, there's gotta be one around here. That's all I can click on. I don't know. That's it. That doesn't let me type on anything. The keyboard doesn't. Oop. Keyboard doesn't let me do anything. Oh, maybe these buttons over here? Nope. Okay. Maybe if I click the keyboard. Nope. Wow, what else can I do? Handrail, yeah. Maybe I click on more things over here. Maybe there's a two-pronged cable somewhere. Like this, perhaps. I don't know. There's something sticking out of the mannequin's head, like wires or something. What the hell were they doing in there? Why is she all quiet now? They were doing experiments on humans. Probably. Oh man, now she looks sad. Huh? What was that question mark? I can't really see the mannequin very well from here, but looks like there's a bunch of electrodes sticking out of its head. Maybe one of them is a two-prong. No? No two prongs? Oh my god, wait. This cable rack. I forgot about it. This... Oh, never mind. We can't use the cable rack. Alright. Anything... Oops. Is there anything unusual on that machine? Well... I don't know. You know? A bunch of cords hanging from the bottom of it. Jeez, it's a lot of cords. It looks like they all go over here into the mannequin's head. So the device and the mannequin are connected. What the hell were they doing in there? Oh man. Back when this laboratory was active, that wasn't a mannequin in there, I bet. There's a real live human on that table. I wonder what... No. I do not want to think about that. What I do want to think about are cords that I need. Alright, I'm just clicking around. Oh my god, the staircase. Those are the stairs I just came down. The bars and the gate are just above me. Yep, that's all I can do, I guess. Can I? No. Oh, wait. No, it just clicks on the door. I can't click on the grate. Oh, well. I am stumped. The door's the exit, of course. Yep. Of course it won't open. Yep. Yep, of course Zero won't let us out that easy. What else can we click on? I have no idea. There's gotta be a cord on here. Come on. What would map help us with? Nothing really. We don't have a key. The keyboard's not connected. Mashing. There's nothing here I can interact with. Alright. Oop. Is there anything around that I didn't hit? Narp. Yep, of course. There's so many cables down here. There's got to be at least one that we could use. Wow, I think Zero stole our cable. There's literally nowhere else. It's like she's not going to take the cable from us. I guess we could look at the file again, but... Like, what? It's not... Nothing's giving me a prompt to even, like... do anything with this. One, two, three, four. What is it again? So 3, 2, 4, 1. Okay. Three. I don't know. What else can I do? Yep. Oh my goodness. Lotus could be a little more useful right now. Jeez, I'm stuck. I'm almost certain the 1, 2, 3, 4 has got to do with these lockers, honestly. I don't know. Like, I can't interact with them. Huh. Maybe there's something in here we haven't clicked on yet. I don't know. Oh my god, did I have to click on this stupid thing again? Hey, Clover! How are the power cables over there? Huh? Well, what do you mean? Does the plug have 3 prongs or 2? I don't know what you're talking about. Let me go look. Oh my goodness, it's gonna have 2 prongs. Come on. Ugh. Yes, she does kind of have to crouch down to get a look under there. The cable on the monitor has, it's got 2 of those little metal things. What does that mean? That's it. Okay, can you unplug that cable and bring it over here? Okay, but... Well, I can unplug it, but it's connected to the main computer. I can't take it over to you. Damn it, that's no good then. Well, how about just the plug? Huh? The plug? Well, maybe more like a, connector? It's the sort of thing that makes the plug with the 3 metal thingies into a plug with 2 metal thingies. Still useless? No, not useless. Not useless at all. That's just what we were looking for. Okay, can you hold on for a little bit? And back down she goes. Alright, unplugged. I'll hand it over to you at the bars, okay? Man, I wish you know, the game did tell you at the very start, like, maybe you can click on things multiple times. But I thought I did. I guess not. Not enough. Alright. Here you go. The 2-prong plug. Thanks. Great. This is the 2-prong plug that we can use to convert the power cable from a 3-prong to a 2-prong. Wow, thank you. Wow. Okay. Put the 2-prong into the head of this power cable. It fits perfectly. This should be just what we need. Great. Hello? Oh, I have to go back. Alright. Here you go. Take it. Alright, I've got the 2-prong power cable in my hand. Pretty sure this will work. Under the desk I go. And let's just plug this thing into the monitor. Alright, that ought to do it. Alright, let's turn the power on. I don't think anything's gonna happen. Why not? Well, it's not connected to the main computer. You never know unless you try. Pretty optimistic. Junpei pushed the button on the front of the monitor.
Oh, that worked.
With a soft hum, it turned on. Streams of letters that made no sense to Junpei began to scroll across the screen. Updating RSF file. Make I can't code. I don't know what
What?
this means. He'd hoped it'd turn on, but he hadn't expected this.
Huh? It's running on its own?
It certainly looks like it.
Isn't that kinda...
What?
Weird.
Well, it's not connected to the main computer, right? There's just this keyboard and monitor. The only cable connected to this thing is the power cable we just plugged in. So, why is it working?
Maybe it's a wireless display.
Clearly, this was a reasonable explanation to Lotus.
A wireless display?
Yes, it connects to your computer wirelessly, hence the name. Have you been living in a cave, Junpei?
He most certainly had not. But
Is that normal?
Yes, at least where I worked.
where did she work? I don't know if we got that.
Oh, it stopped.
Pass with a colon.
Password.
Looks like we need to enter a password.
Again, there must be a hint around here somewhere.
Could you go take a look?
Yeah, I'm on it. What are you going to do?
I'll see if I can do something about this on my own.
On your own?
Yep,
How are you?
on my own.
Is she an IT girly? What is this?
Lotus?
Lotus pulled over the nearest chair and dropped herself down onto it, in front of the keyboard. For a second, she stared at the screen. She kneaded her hands, knuckles popping, and twisted her back left, then right.
All right.
All right, all
Let's
right.
kick some ass.
Good shot, sure. Lotus smiled to herself and rubbed her hands together in anticipation. That is not what Junpei's gasping at. Those hands are not what he's gasping at. Then, before Junpei had time to blink, she was typing at an incredible speed. The click-clack of the keys running together like a machine gun fire.
Wait, what?
Junpei was, for once, at a loss for words.
Didn't expect that, did you?
Of course I didn't. You're typing so fast, I can't even see your fingers.
Lotus grinned, pleased with herself.
Well, at any rate, you're pretty amazing.
Did you fall for me again?
Whoa, 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 what do you mean again? I'm not into you.
I know. Don't be so stubborn, shy boy.
I am not being stubborn, I am not shy, and I am not a boy. I am a young, healthy, 21-year-old man.
Now that we're
I'm
men.
not gonna fall for an old lady like you.
That's the first fun face we've gotten. We've gotten some fun faces, but that's the first, like, comically fun face we've gotten. Good expression. Suddenly, the guttural roar of a furious animal filled the room. Or so Junpei thought, for just a moment. Lotus's hands suddenly stopped, and her shoulders stiffened.
Old lady. Did you just say old lady?
That's what everyone's been calling you this whole time. Come on. Aw, crap, thought Junpei. I went too far. Now, the ripe old age of 40. Wow. Oh well. It was a nice life while it lasted.
I've had enough of you. Go somewhere else. You're bothering me.
What?
Go see if you can find a password hint or something. I'll try and open this from here. You're distracting me. Go.
Lotus waved her hand in the universal gesture of dismissal. Junpei was clearly not wanted.
Fine, I guess I'll go.
Time to cut my losses, Junpei thought, and left as quietly and inoffensively as he could. Junpei wandered around the room for a while, looking for anything that might help find the password for the computer. Unfortunately,
Nothing. No clues whatsoever. Clover didn't find anything useful in the laboratory either. Damn. Looks like we've hit a dead end this time.
but just as he was about to tell Lotus that his search had returned nothing. Meow.
All right. Bullseye. Junpei, I did it.
Excited cheering erupted from near the monitor.
What?
He hurried back to find Lotus looking rather smug.
Let me see.
She gestured for him to look at the screen, and he did. The strange text from before was gone. In its place was something else entirely. Windows. At a first glance, it almost looked like windows. 9 squares arranged in a 3 by 3.
What is that?
I don't have any idea. It just showed up after I cracked the password.
You think it's a puzzle?
It certainly looks like one.
As she spoke, Lotus stood up.
Huh? Aren't you gonna, I don't know, do more computer stuff?
No, I can't do any more. It won't let me do any more programming. See? The keyboard. Nothing. So, there's nothing more I can do. Well, I guess I'll leave this to you then, Junpei.
What?
Let me take a break, all right? I did my part.
Well...
He wasn't sure what to say to that. She certainly had done her part. In fact, without Lotus, they probably would have run completely aground. I shouldn't rely on other people so much, Junpei thought to himself.
I guess you're right. Thanks, Lotus.
No problem. And make sure you know when you should thank people.
Now, I better take care of this myself. No more relying on anyone else.
This is like the one time you should be relying on people, come on. We don't got time. Junpei crossed his arms and stared at the puzzle shown on the screen. Does this have to do with the 1, 2, 3, 4 or whatever? What is it? It was 1, 2... No, it was 3, 2, 4, 1. I don't know if that has to do with anything, though. Wait. Oh, well, then it should be like 1. Okay, so it's gotta be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. Easy. Alright. I solved it. Did you hear a noise just now? Yeah, I did. It sounded like something unlocking. Where did it come from? That's it. Okay. Oh, what's in here? Look, Junpei. The lights in the lockers are green. Then we must have unlocked it with the computer puzzle. The key, perhaps? Is there a key in here? 2 things. God dang it, let me click on them. There's more than one key in here. This one's small and looks like it goes to some sort of machine. And this one has the Earth symbol on it. I think the Earth symbol matches a keyhole in the door on the A deck. Well, if that's the case, we probably don't need the Earth key right now. Alright then, Earth key. I'll just tuck you away deep in my pocket. Now, as for the other key... Mine. Com. -com. What key is this? From the shape of it, I'd say it's not for a door. Probably some sort of device. Oh. Huh? I wonder, do you think maybe this is the activation key for that thing? The activation key? Yeah, it has to be. I feel good about this. Of course. Oh, cutscene. Not a cutscene. Whatever these things are called. Text scene. It was just at that moment that he heard a voice behind him. It was Clover.
Hey, Junpei, do you have a minute?
Not really. He put the puzzle aside for the moment and walked over to Clover.
What's up?
Well, never mind.
Don't waste my time.
Hey,
Come
hold on a minute. What does...
Sorry, just forget about it. It's nothing.
Before he could say anything else, she spun around and ran back down the stairs.
What the hell was that?
After waiting a few minutes to see if she'd return, Junpei sighed, shook his head, and went back to searching. What was the point of that, girl? Come on. Okay. Key. Right here. Yep, of course. Alright. Let's go. And the monitor is full of letters. Ooh. Typing on this keyboard ain't doing squat. It's showing some kind of warning. Power restored to experimental device. Emergency system will activate in the event of abnormal subject behavior. Okay. Is that it? Alright. Can we open this? Hey, Clover. There's a door over here too. Wait, I'll be right there. I can hear her over there. This door gonna... Damn it. I can't open it. Clover, what about your side? It won't work. I can't even move the knob. What's the point of that? Just tell me that it's not working. Alright. Nothing. What about this? Nothing. Oh, I guess I have to go back to the window then, huh? This? Junpei! This thing in here's on now. Yeah, that's because we activated the power over on this side. Could you, like, play with it a little? Okay. Yeah. I'll turn this dial here. Turn, turn, turn. I don't think it's working. Nothing happened. Well, maybe she missed something. I should ask her. Why do I have to ask her? Like, just... She should do it herself. The science boy. Come on. Science boy's lying on the table. His poor head full of electrodes. That's it. Okay, okay. Drano. Right here. Nope. Cinco. Oh, I had to click it again? Come on. Maybe if you increase the voltage? Roger. Will do. Okay, I'm gonna go all the way to max voltage. Max voltage? Hey, wait, Clover. Aw, shit. What? I think, uh-oh. It's melting. Oh no. Oh my god. The mannequin's head. Oh man, that sounds like a fire alarm. What the hell? Fire detected. Fire detected. The emergency system will be activated. Evacuate the room immediately. Did the door open because of that? That's so funny. No. The humanity. What the hell is Science Boy? Are you talking about the mannequin? Yes. Forget about the mannequin. You need to help Clover. Now. What, here? Damn, gate's still shut. Oh, it's green. Junpei, look at the light. Yep, it's green. The emergency system's activated and disabled the lock. And now we can save Clover. Junpei. Come on, kid. Jump. She's safe. Oh man, that smoke is some serious business. Time to close this door again, I think. Clover. Are you okay? Are you hurt? Blech. Damn, she's coughing so hard she can't even talk. Blech. Of course I'm not alright. What the hell took you so long, you big jerk? I was almost dead. Sorry. You were not going as fast as you could, brother. Come on. You two can do this later. Right now, we need to get the hell out of here. That fire's not going to stay in that room forever. Let's go. You've escaped. Wow. Junpei, Clover, and Lotus leapt out of the laboratory, slamming the door shut behind them, and also taking a save.
Whew, thank God we got out of there.
Yeah, finally.
Oh, yeah.
All three collapsed against the wall, breathing heavily. Junpei's heart was pounding in his chest and his whole body felt weak. He inhaled gulps of clean air, and with each one, he could feel his body begin to calm down.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
They nodded to each other and started off down the hallway. Where are we? Before long, they found a few new doors, but all of them were locked. Or, oh my goodness, we're almost at the node again. That's excellent, that's excellent. Okay.
Damn, none of these open. They're all locked.
How about that one?
The final door sat in a corner of the hallway.
Let's hope this is the door with the prize.
Oh, and then it's gonna lead us back out to the hospital room. Junpei grabbed the door handle and was about to pull it open when a voice cried out behind him. It was neither Clover nor Lotus, but he June. Oh no.
Jumpy!
Huh?
Oh, that's right. Never mind. We convene here. There, at the other end of the hall, Junpei saw human figures running toward him. 3 of them.
June? Santa! 7!
They stopped short in front of Junpei and his companions, gasping for air.
Hey, what are you guys doing here?
What? But we didn't.
Before he could finish, Clover spoke.
Hey guys, could you come take a look at this?
She was standing near the end of the small hallway that branched off to the right. The rest of them ran over to her, curious as to what she'd found.
Hey, on the wall.
Wow,
A
the map.
of the ship's
Crazy.
interior?
It says C deck.
So it's the map for this floor then?
Door 7. And. Door 8. Yep, they both eventually end up at this hallway.
All of them do.
Yeah, isn't that what I said? We aren't going to be split up permanently till we find door 9. We might get separated for a little while, but we'll see each other again. Otherwise, we won't be able to open door 9. That's how the nonary game works.
Junpei looked at the map of the ship's interior again.
Wait a sec. This leads to.
As he looked more closely, his surprise and excitement gave way to weariness.
Oh,
You've got to be kidding me.
One by one, the others saw what he'd seen.
We may as well go.
yeah.
As one, they all moved back toward the door Junpei had only a moment ago been ready to open.
Oh, almost forgot. We should keep this.
He pulled the map of the ship's interior off the wall, put it in his pocket, and followed the others. The 6 of them stood in front of the door, arrayed in a semicircle. Santa stepped forward. He took hold of the door and spoke without looking back at the other 5.
Ready? I'm gonna open it.
They nodded, their silent assent. With a deep breath, Santa threw open the door. I think this is all the same, actually. Like, because we did the same exact stuff. Let's see. Nope, we're still here, but I'm
I
pretty sure
knew
the
it.
story's gonna be the same. Yep,
We're
they're
back.
back.
In the hospital room.
Okay, that fade to black
I
seemed like
see.
a,
I believe I understand what you're saying.
Oh, nope, we're still here.
The 6 of you split into 2 teams and went through doors 7 and 8.
Oh, no. Okay. So, we're gonna skip down here. Great.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Right, and then he's gonna do a little cheating. Because he's sneaky. I would too, though. Alright,
Just double.
Yes.
We need to make hurry it.
Yeah.
I have a plan.
All right, let's open these up.
I need to play Red Dead.
The first one said Ace requests door.
Yes, I
No.
Which one do we want to go to? Hopefully we get the left side so then we could do the middle for last, but I don't know which one corresponds to what, so we'll see.
Next is Santa. Yeah. Clover wants.
No,
Just give it up, Load. It's not like
I am.
barely.
So.
Maybe. Nobody wants to.
Oh, I'm gonna.
We don't got time for this, guys.
Oh! Junpei!
We gotta help Junpei pick his route.
June
we don't got
wants to-
time.
Yes.
So this was. Ace.
Oh, okay, so this is where I can see where each one goes. Okay.
Lotus request. Santa and June request.
Let's go to door 6.
The door
I'll save Ace for last.
Okay. I want to go through.
We're going to door 6. Yeah, because I picked door 2 because I thought that was the central route. Also because I wanted to go to 7, but this was like the right master route, so let's go through door 6. I want to save Ace for last.
I want to go through door 6.
Let's take a save right there. Junpei flipped open the piece of paper. It read, Junpei, door 6. Of course it did. He'd written it after all.
That's a problem.
June spoke barely above a whisper, but they all knew what she'd said.
None of these teams will be able to go through the doors they want.
Clover and I chose door 1.
Lotus and I chose door 2.
That's not enough people to open a numbered door, however.
The digital routes don't match up either.
We've got similar problems. Junpei, and I want to go through door 6, but our digital route is 5. If we're gonna open that door, we need a 1.
Wait, we're gonna come with Ace?
Damn, what are we gonna do now?
What are we going to do?
Junpei crossed his arms and did his best to put his thoughts in order. The others followed suit, but with little result. Eventually, Clover broke the silence.
Why don't Seven and Lotus go through door 1 with me?
Her face was cold and flat, as was her voice, but her logic was sound. Seven and Lotus looked at each other. 7 plus 8 plus 4 equals 19. 1 plus 9 equals 10. 1 plus 0, 1. The first problem resolved, Ace spoke up.
What about me?
What about me? Come on. You're a big boy, you can figure it out.
Isn't that obvious? Wasn't one of the teams just complaining that they didn't have a 1?
You mean I should join Santa's team?
Yes.
Clover nodded, her face still cold and emotionless. Her attitude and posture could not have been more different than in the energetic girl only a few hours before. No one seemed ready to contradict her. Her response was understandable, given the horrible situation in which she'd found herself, but even so.
I understand. I'll go through door 6 then.
No, I wanted to save him for last. Oh well. This is the first time we're gonna hang out with him, though.
If we do as Clover has suggested, we can all pass through a numbered door and no one will be left behind. This seems to be the most reasonable solution.
3 plus 6 plus 5 plus 1 equals 15. 1 plus 5 equals 6.
7, Lotus. What do you guys think?
I don't have a problem with it.
Me either.
All right then, we're good to go.
See you later.
Alligator.
Wait, Clover! Don't move on your own!
Oh, I'll be going too then.
Yeah, be careful.
We should get going as well.
Exciting, I guess. Oh, which route did I pick? No, this is the center route. No. Oh well, that's fine. It's still good. I wanted this one, though. At last, Junpei and the other 6 had managed to separate themselves into 2 teams. Clover, 7, and Lotus headed to A deck, where door 1 was near the main... or door 1 was near the main staircase. Junpei, June, Ace, and Santa, however, took the elevator to E deck. The ride to E deck was a silent one.
This is E deck.
There should be a door at the end of the hall.
All right, let's go.
Santa's words jolted them to action, and they stepped out of the elevator into a long, straight hallway. Scary. That hallway, jump scares me. Before long, they arrived in front of the door number 6.
Here it is. You guys ready? Yeah. Then let's get to it.
One by one, they put their palms over the red. With a soft electronic noise, it authenticated each of them. The door opened, and all at once, the 4 of them leapt through it.
Hey, I found it. It's right there.
This is it hasn't been bugging me, but it's just been, I've noticed it this whole time. There's this band, Silhouette from the Skylit, and one of their songs starts exactly like the countdown, the did. One of their songs sounds exactly like that. And every time it happens in the game, I just think of it. But they're such a niche band, no one would know them. I only knew them because I played Show by Rock, this phone game. But yeah, no, it's just been bugging me this entire game. Fortunately, the dead was located easily enough. This one had been placed quite close to the door they'd entered through. They gathered around it quickly and hurriedly placed their palms on it for authentication one by one.
It stopped.
Yes, it stopped.
The countdown had ceased, but Junpei's heart was still pounding in his chest like a frantic, thunderous drum. It felt as though it might shake itself up and out of his throat.
Whew. I don't believe I'll ever get used to that.
I'm not sure it's something I'd want to get used to. We should finish this game before imminent death becomes a normal thing.
You said this to someone else already, dude. He has like one joke. Come on.
You got that right. Once I'm out of this hellhole, I'm taking a nice long vacation.
I agree.
With that, the doom and gloom from before was done, and the mood turned somewhat lighter.
All right, let's go.
With that attempt at good humor, Junpei took a deep breath and began to walk. He jogged down the staircase, the stairs at the end of the hallway, and found himself staring at a large door.
This door looks heavy.
But it's not locked. I'm opening it.
He took hold of the bar that served as its doorknob and shoved it down. The room beyond stopped him in his tracks. What is this, a furnace? It was gargantuan and made entirely of metal. None of the accents of wood or tile he'd seen in the rest of the ship. This room was purely functional, but utterly tremendous.
Whoa, what the hell is this?
Santa got a few words before awe stole the rest of them. The rest were too stunned to offer anything more than gasps.
This has to be the biggest room so far. The ceiling is pretty high, too.
Huh. Could be 2 stories, maybe even more.
This space could be utilizing the entire length of the ship.
Wow.
What's that huge Kamaboko-looking building in the middle?
Kamaboko. To people who don't know, Kamaboko is like that fish cake thing that's pink and white that you see in ramen and stuff. It's what those Naruto things are made of. June pointed to the massive building in the center.
Kamaboko? Well, I guess that's as good of a description of it as any.
But yeah, Kamaboko is like, it's a semicircle. That's why she equated it. Junpei and the others were standing on scaffolding that crisscrossed the whole area. The proper term was catwalk, Junpei thought, although that didn't seem particularly important.
I see stairs, so we may as well head over to them.
Yeah, but this section's barely wide enough to fit one person.
You're right.
Nearby was a long iron staircase that made its way, eventually, to the floor beneath them. Didn't look that long, honestly.
Whoa, you can't even tell the shape
like
when you're this close.
15 steps, come on.
Let's check out the other side, too.
They moved around toward the opposite side of the massive building, following the catwalk. They hadn't said much as they walked, but as they approached the building, Ace suddenly spoke up.
This looks to be the steam engine room.
The steam engine room?
Yes, that thing that looks like a cross-section of a mushroom is the boiler. Do you see the 3 round doors near the bottom? Coal is put into those and burned, which heats the water, producing steam. The same thing that drives a steam engine. This one is simply somewhat larger.
I see.
It doesn't appear to be running right now.
The entire room was as silent as the grave.
All right, let's split up.
Then, all of a sudden, Junpei heard a noise behind him. He turned, just in time to see June collapse to her knees.
Hey, what's wrong?
My
Are you all right?
goodness. He dashed toward her and wrapped his arm around her shoulders to steady her.
Hey, June.
It was then that he noticed.
Jumpy.
Oh, you're really warm. Is your fever coming back?
She's getting mind controlled.
Yes. Yes. It probably is. But I'm fine. Please, don't worry about me. I just need to rest. And I'll be fine.
Her voice was weak and forced, and it said a great deal more than her words did.
Okay. Here, sit down. Careful.
Junpei carried her to the nearest wall, propped her up against it. Propped her up on the conveyor belt. She let her head fall back against the wall, as if she no longer had the strength to support it, and drew a ragged breath.
Thank you.
Her eyes were empty, as if she was having trouble focusing them, and even speaking seemed difficult for her. Junpei felt his hand ball itself into a fist and clench tight, his knuckles whitening. He had to find a way out, and quickly. He turned and looked at Ace and Santa in turn.
Ace, Santa.
Yes.
Right.
They might not have shared the depth of his emotion, but they certainly shared his concern.
All right, let's get started. Hang in there, June. I'm gonna get you out of here real soon.
So she's not going to be helpful at all in this section. Boo. She managed a small nod before leaning back to rest her head on the wall. Seek a way out. Seek a way to save, you mean? Alright, I'm excited because this next part of the story, none of it is repetitive. Like, even if I go back up here, it's just going to take me to the branching path, you know? Like, we don't converge again, so we don't go over the same dialogue, which is nice. Okay, okay. Let's see. I'd say this is probably here to move coal from place to place. It probably comes from over there. And then the belt carries it down the tunnel and out here. So if the conveyor belt is moving, yes, the coal would almost certainly come out here. So we're gonna have to carry something out. Nothing. It's a square hole. Nothing in here. Ah, look at the back wall there. I can see 3 small slots. Terminals for some sort of connector, perhaps. You mean, you think we're supposed to plug something in here? Perhaps. Look at that button. It's glowing orange, right? That's gotta mean something. I guess pressing it is the best way to find out if it does anything, Santa. Nope. Alright, this pole. This pillar goes up towards the ceiling. The end. Alright, that's it. A wheel. The conveyor belt runs into a sort of arched tunnel. Gear's rusty, but looks like it's still pretty sturdy. Golden gear. It doesn't look like it was always golden like this. Well then, I imagine it was prepared especially for this game. Wow. Wow. Zero likes it a little gilded, you know. This is the huge oven for this boiler. There are 3 open areas in it. Each of the open areas has a gear in it. Can I click on them? No. Oh, yes, I can. Huge bronze gear. It's gotta be important. This gear's rusty, but looks like it's still pretty sturdy. And then this is the coal chamber. Hashtag coal chamber. I know that singular famous song. That's it. I can't even remember what it's called. This gear's rusty, but looks like it's still pretty sturdy. A silver gear. Do you think it's made of pure Of course not, dude. That's so stupid. Silver's way too soft to use for a gear. So's gold, dude. It's gotta be a steel or iron gear that's been coated with silver. Ugh. Shouldn't have called it a silver gear then. Shouldn't have got your hopes up. Were you thinking you'd haul this thing back? Nah, but I think 7 could probably carry it. Don't you? Alright. Bags? Oh, which way should I go? Oh, no, I can't go up the stairs. There's a bunch of wooden boxes over here by the wall. I already looked through those. There's nothing there. Oh, I can't go up the stairs. Let's go up later. Let's go over here first. Yes. There's a pair of wooden boxes here. There's nothing in them. Neither of them. A little holy situation. Look, Ace! It's some kind of snowman secret meeting. What? Those are just bags full of sand. You use them as counterweight when you're lifting something with a pulley system. Man, you're too serious. They don't even look like snowmen, dude. They're just like bowling pins. Alright, up these stairs? Yeah. What is this? Given its placement, this must unlock the door to the left. There's a weird indentation on the top of this thing. You think that means you have to insert something here? Yes, I would imagine so. Yeah, shut up, Santa, you're so stupid. Alright. It's okay. I'm stupid too. You think this is... Yeah. Looks like the exit. Looks like this door slides up into the ceiling. Ace, like, hates hanging out with us. We're too dumb for him. Okay, okay. What else? The boxes are done. Is that it? I think... Yeah, I think we gotta go back up on the catwalk. Let's go. How do I go back? Oh, that's right. I do this. Okay. What? Oh my god. What's this? I didn't go this way yet. There are a number of these little windows along the inside of this thing. I think you're supposed to put coal in it through these, but they're welded shut. I don't think we can get these open. Interesting. Interesting. I believe this opening is for fueling the furnace. If we were to put some coal in here and ignite it, the steam engine might start working. It's certainly possible. Alright. Nice. There's the gold gear. Alright. Man, this thing's huge. I guess a ship this big needs something like that to power it. True, but I doubt a single boiler of this size could actually move a ship like this at any reasonable speed. You'd need at least 4 of these. Oh, I guess you know a lot about boats, huh? Well, not really. It's just common sense, you know? He's calling us dumb. Bronze one, is this the same thing? Yep, okay. Alright, there's this again. Oh, can I go over here? Nope. Nope, okay. The catwalk. No, okay. That's it. Let's go up. Oh, I can't click it. Okay. The 3 sliders on the left are down, but this one's up. There are a number of lines engraved in these. I suspect we are meant to do something rather specific with them. Junpei, why don't you move that slider down? Well, there's no harm in trying, I suppose. Nothing. Nothing happened. Maybe it needs to be prepared somehow. You're saying if we did something somewhere else, it'd respond? Yes, I suppose that's one way of putting it. Alright, the buttons. The lights are red, of course. Nope. Okay, nope. These sliders aren't doing anything. Okay, I know. This one's not gonna work either. I just like clicking them. Okay. Let's go up. Let's turn this crankshaft thing. Wheel. One of the doors on the furnace. There's an A on it. There's a circular wheel in the center of the door. Alright, let's give that sucker a twist. Well, it's noisy, but it opens. And it's totally pitch black in there. We should go in there. Alright. Let's go. Why did we close the door behind us? What? This looks just like the door we went into. Where are we? We must be on the other side, yes? Which would put us directly above the conveyor belt. At any rate, we should keep moving. There's a great deal we've yet to investigate. Okay, so... This goes down over here. That's the pipe. That's huge. The coal must come out of this pipe onto the conveyor belt. In other words, there must be a great deal of coal in that pipe. The catwalk. Can I go over here? Nope. There are a number of boxes on the catwalk. I don't think we can go over there. Can we not walk over here? It's so tempting. I can't even go downstairs. It's a catwalk. Meow. You want me to push you off? Or what? I'll push off the catwalk, Junpei. No way, Meow. You jackass. Yeah, Junpei, you're not cute. Oh, let's go to B. What's in B? Ore. Okay, okay. And then this is the boxes. The pulley. Winch. It's a simple machine used to lift things up and down. You simply turn the wheel to pull the rope. Junpei, why don't you turn the wheel? The wheel? Yes. What's gonna come up? What? That's weird. I don't feel any resistance. Ah, oh, shit. A wheel. Part of the winch. And pegs. Great. Good job, genius. Yeah, broke it. I didn't break it. It broke all by itself. Alright, that's it. What? Oh, he's just trying to fit it in. It's like throwing a hot dog down the hallway, to be honest. What does that mean? What? Why'd he say that? If that's the case, then that wheel wasn't originally part of this winch. That means... Yeah, it's like throwing a hot dog down a hallway. Jeez. Right, is that it? Can I go here? Nope. You have an excellent memory. Use that to draw a map inside your head. That way, you won't get lost. I can't walk there. Okay, of course. Let's go to C. It's gonna go over there. Yeah. Huh? And then we were here. What? June's resting right under— Oh, I forgot about June. I forgot she was with us. Oops. Well, to be exact, she's really kind of to the left, not straight below it. I guess that's not really important detail right now. Anyway, we should be directly above the corner of the conveyor belt here. Winch. There's no wheel to turn. Oh, yeah. I've got the wheel I pulled off with the other winch, don't I? You know what, honestly, I thought this was the same exact place we came from. It looks so similar. Let's see if it fits. Sweet. A perfect fit. Like they were made for each other. Not shaky at all. Good. I should be able to turn this now. Good work, Junpei. We should be able to haul up the wooden box now. You see? The wooden box? It's under the catwalk. Yeah, yes. We did point this out before. Come on, come on. Looks like there's some sort of device in the box. I'm not sure what it is. Ace thinks we're like idiots. Wow. Okay, I'll turn the wheel. Yeah. Alright, and I'll turn the wheel. What's this? What happened? This wheel only turns to the left. It only turns to the left. That means we can't reel up that rope. Yeah. We can only let the rope down. Interesting. I don't think that will be a problem. We'll simply need to go downstairs after letting the wooden box down. I will be counting on you, Junpei. Sure thing. No sweat. It's gonna land on June. Oh no. Smash.
I believe the box has reached the floor.
Yeah.
He stuck his head out over the side of the catwalk and looked down. The box that had only recently hung just below the catwalk now sat on the floor. It had come to rest near the end of the tunnel that covered the conveyor belt.
June's down over by there.
Junpei could see her, still leaning against the wall as if she'd barely had the strength to sit up. even from so far away, it was not difficult to see that she had not improved. He almost thought he could see his heat rising from her body.
She doesn't seem to be improving.
They should throw her in the furnace instead, if she's so hot. Ace's expression was inscrutable, but he'd said what they'd all been thinking.
Well, of course not. She's not gonna just get better right away, you know? It'll take time.
He tried desperately to convince himself that what he'd said was true.
What could be causing this, I wonder? Illness, perhaps?
Nah, it's gotta be exhaustion.
Santa's response was confident and certain.
She gets dropped into some weird-ass ship, forced to play some messed-up game. If you think about it, it's a lot weirder that we aren't freaking out just like her, you know?
So you're saying we're abnormal?
Yes.
Yeah. We're just running around this room,
Freaks.
solving all these puzzles like it's just business as usual. How the hell could you call that normal? We're just guinea pigs.
Santa snorted in disgust.
A guinea pig? You mean like a lab rat?
Yeah,
You mean we're being used for some sort of experiment?
that's what that means. Why'd you have to read?
Is that what you're
a
saying?
lab rat?
Dunno. But it does seem like a possibility, you know?
They stood there for a few more minutes, no one speaking, until Santa turned and walked away from the winch. Junpei and Ace followed him. Alright, let's go get that box, I guess. What's this? Will it tell me? The great metal ribs of the ship. June's resting right underneath it. Okay, let's go back. And then, is it A? I forget, I'm pretty sure it's A. Yes. Okay, yes. Oh, wait, it's right here. Oop. Control panel for something. Some kind of machine. Maybe a control panel. Can we plug it in here? Maybe. Yeah. Maybe this hole is where the control panel goes. Well, there's only a way to find out. In you go. Yeah. Oh, it's bigger than I thought. Dude, you did it. Everything looks alright. Okay, but what do we do now? Why don't you... Yeah. I know, we're stupid. I'm sorry, Ace. Orange one? Yes. Alright. I'll press the button. Pushing. Sweet. All sorts of lights are lighting up on this thing. And... Oh. Yep. I think I just heard something turn on. Oh. What's that? What happened? Junpei, look. The conveyor belt's melting. It's not melting, it's moving. The conveyor belt? Can I set it? Oh, it only moves once? Okay. There's still a bunch of coal on the belt, though. Looks like a bunch of it got dumped off on the end of the belt into that wooden box where we found the control panel. Coal. Coal, huh? Let's take some. Nope. It's all drops off the left of the end of the belt, right into the wooden box. I guess depending if it's like burnt coal. I don't know. I guess charcoal's light. If it's charcoal. I don't know how much regular coal weighs though. Seems heavy. A wooden box full of coal. Guess there's really only one thing we could do with this stuff. Which is over here. Is it over here? Nope. One of these ones. Yes. So. Yep. This. Right here. Yeah. There's a hole that'll let us put coal into the furnace. Maybe if we can get some coal in there and set it on fire. Okay. Let's do it. Alright. That's the last of it. No coal left in the wooden box. And nothing. Great. Well, guess I should have expected that. Why would just throwing coal into a cold furnace do anything? Oh well, a man can dream. Junpei. Explain it to me again. You're planning to stoke the furnace with coal, which will heat the water stored up there and make steam, which will then dry something else. Am I correct? In other words, you want to generate enough pressure with the steam to power the turbine and drive the steam engine, right? Yep, I guess that's the gist of it. Well, in that case, this is not enough coal. This furnace is enormous, dude. We're gonna need a whole hell of a lot more coal than this. Very well then, if the three of us work together, then we should manage to fill it much faster. You're not gonna be helping jack squat, Jean. You're not gonna be able to do anything. Man, I didn't even see her walk up. Are you feeling up for that? Yes. Yeah, right. You look like you're one stiff breeze away from falling over, June. I think you'd better rest somewhere else. Or rest some more, right? But, no arguing. You need your rest, so you stay just there. We'll handle this. Us men will handle this. That's what he wanted to say, but that's rude, so he's not saying that. Junpei seems like the type. Yep, see, yeah, I knew he'd say something like that. Time for some manly work. Let's get this coal into those furnaces. Man, this is a lot of work. Alright, I think this should be sufficient. Alright, now we just gotta light it. Junpei, hand me your... What matches? Oh my god, is it the matches from the first puzzle? That'd be so funny. What makes you think I have matches? I see. Oh, nope, we don't have those matches anymore. Then how are we gonna light it? Perhaps there's a device nearby that'll allow us to remotely ignite the coal. Let's take a look, shall we? Some sort of ignition device, huh? It's gotta be the, this stuff up here, no? Oh, no, not that. It's gotta be this thing. Yeah. Is this? I think this might... Yep, it probably is. I think this is how we might ignite the furnace. That means if we move that thing down... Alright, let's do this. Here we go. Hey Junpei, nice. Look at this. There's big gears turning under the boiler here. Huh? Oh, we didn't have to turn those ourselves. Oh. Are the puzzle pieces. The gears. They're spinning. What the hell are you guys waiting for? Let's start looking. So I have to click on each one of these things. Okay. Let me take that. Oh my god, this is a connection puzzle. Ooh. The gold disc. It has a number of lines engraved on it. I can make out 3 colors here. Red, blue, and black. I wonder what they mean. It means we're gonna have to connect the black to the black, the red to the red, and the blue to the blue, dude. Okay. Let's take this. Bronzo. Yep. Bunch of lines. And the Silvo over here. Hey, let me click it. Right. Okay, are these ones the same over here? Okay, yeah, they're the same. Some of these perspectives are a little bit odd. Like, confusing to look at. Okay, let's go over here, up the stairs, right here. It looks like this thing unlocks the door. There's a depression here that looks like it's the outline of 3 circles laid on top of each other in a triangle. Maybe if we put those 3 discs we found into this thing. What else would you do with them, dude? Oh my god. Oh no, we do have to change it. That's odd. Nothing's happening. Maybe you're I don't know. Putting them in the wrong place? Perhaps you have them facing the wrong directions. Perhaps you should rotate the discs to make some of the lines connect to one another. Well, no harm in trying. Why didn't he try that first? Come on. When the disc is touched, it will rotate. When the white arrow is touched, the discs are switched. Note that when discs are switched, the angles are reset. Alright. Okay, let's swap these. Wait, let me look at the outline. So gold there, silver on top, bronze over there. Okay, we got this. Okay, silver on top. Okay. Let's do all the red in the middle. That's cool. It looks cool that way. Yeah. Let's go. Easy. Star polygon. Easy. Let's go. Alright, I think that is a good stopping point.
Yes! The door's open!
I guess after we exit the room, I'll take a pause. Given the circumstances, Junpei's happiness was certainly understandable. Ace seemed to share his excitement.
All right, Junpei. Why don't you go get June now? Santa and I will keep an eye on the store.
Santa snorted.
Why do we need to do that? Even if it shuts, we know how to solve the puzzle now. We could just open it again.
Well, I suppose that's true.
He's gonna kill Santa. Nope, not yet.
Shall all three of us go and collect June then?
He'll kill him later.
Nah, I'm cool. I'll let Junpei handle it.
He still seemed irritated by something, however, and sat down on the stairs petulantly.
So are you only interested in being contrary?
Ace sighed, with the air of a long-suffering parent.
All right, I'll go get June. I'll be right back.
He gave a quick nod to Ace and Santa and dashed off down the stairs. That does not sound like dashing, dude. Before long, he was back on the first floor, next to the conveyor belt, and June.
Oh, Jumpy!
As he drew closer, she stood up, slowly.
Are you okay?
He did his best to sound calm and nonchalant, but there was no hiding the genuine concern in his voice.
Yes, I'm fine now. I'm sorry I made you worry.
June blushed. He wasn't sure if she was embarrassed or still feverish.
Let me check.
Just to make sure, he reached out and put his hand against her forehead. If this was like a one of those visual novels, it changed to like a different splash art thing. Right here.
Good. You're feeling a lot better.
She was feeling far less warm than she had earlier, but she still wasn't down to what seemed to be normal to him.
Are you sure you're all right?
He had to be sure. June gave him a look.
Oh, you're such a warrior, Jumpy. Oops, I mean, warrior.
Ha ha, June giggled. He wasn't sure if she'd just made a joke or not, but seeing her smile again made Junpei feel at ease. If she was well enough to smile and laugh, then she really was feeling much better. He gave her a friendly poke on the forehead.
All right, let's go.
Go where?
Oh, right. I didn't tell you. We got the exit open, so...
Great! Let's go!
June clasped her hands and nodded urgently. They headed back to the exit, but on their way they found...
Oh, it's...
What?
Santa?
Santa. Oh my goodness, who's that a photo of? His sister that he left behind. Santa was sitting on the stairs. He was, however, holding something in his right hand and staring at it with a strange expression. Junpei and June slowed down and finally stopped in front of him.
What are you looking at?
Santa answered without looking up, his voice quiet.
It's a photo. It's
Ah
my
ha
sister.
ha, I called it.
Sister? Santa, you've got a sister?
Santa simply nodded.
Yeah. Kid was cute as a button.
June cocked her head, confused. He let her die.
She
Oh,
was only
no.
about an inch tall then?
Santa glared at her.
Oh, sorry. I guess an inch is a little large for a button. Probably more like a half inch.
Santa didn't smile or laugh.
Sorry.
Why are you looking at it?
He simply turned back to his picture and spoke.
I was her Santa Claus.
Aw, that's why I picked. Aw, okay.
Wait, what?
This sudden revelation took Junpei by surprise. He had no idea what Santa meant. He glanced at June, who shook her head. She didn't know either.
Have you ever heard the story of the two Santa Clauses?
No.
It goes that a long time ago, there were two Santas.
Evil
One of
Santa?
them wore white, and the other one wore black.
What, this Krampus or what?
The white Santa gave presents to good kids, and the black Santa played tricks on bad kids. They went on like that for a while, but eventually the black Santa's tricks started to get worse and worse. Pretty soon, the white Santa couldn't stand it anymore, and he stabbed the black Santa to death.
Are you sure this is a common tale? This doesn't sound like a common tale.
When he stabbed the other Santa, the white Santa got blood all over his clothes.
Oh, I have heard of the edgy, that's why Santa's red stuff.
And that's
but
why,
yeah.
these days, his clothes are red. You
All
could
right,
say
buddy.
that red is all that's left of the black Santa.
All right, buddy. Come on. Junpei was silent. He could think of nothing to say. I feel like June would love that, though. She loves that kind of stuff. June was staring at Santa, sadness playing on her face. He continued.
I wonder which Santa I am. The white Santa or the black Santa?
Oh.
Uh,
All right, let's go.
Santa stood up suddenly, his downcast demeanor gone. He shoved the picture back in his pocket and headed back up the stairs, taking them two at a time.
Huh?
Junpei and June looked at one another. There was nothing they could think of to say.
Hey, what are you two doing? Let's get moving, come on!
Santa's voice echoed across the room from above them.
Let's go.
Yeah.
They nodded and followed him quickly up the stairs. Ace was waiting for them at the top. He was leaning against the handrail. He looked very tired.
oh, you're finally back.
The door had shut, but it wasn't cause for concern.
Sorry we took so long.
Junpei quickly solved the disc puzzle a second time, and the door opened once again.
Let's go.
All right, if we step out, we're saving. In single file, they walked through. After walking for nearly 15 feet, they found themselves in front of a metal door. It opened easily enough, and they passed through it as well. A new room stretched out before them. I could save at the beginning of this puzzle, actually. This is another puzzle.
Huh. Is this a warehouse?
No, I believe this is the cargo room. This must be where they store all of this vessel's freight.
There are wooden crates everywhere. I wonder how old they are.
Junpei, Ace, and June had stopped unconsciously, pausing to take in their new surroundings. Santa's voice broke through their momentary trance.
Well, we probably ought to start with finding the exit, right? Let's get going.
All right, let's get going. Let's get saving, actually. Excellent, excellent. And yes, we would like to quit this time. Okay, that's gonna be it for me today. It's 10:40-ish. It's kind of late. But yeah, we made some progress. The puzzles today were not that hard, though. Well, actually, that's a lie. No, the one with Clover and Lotus took a bit of clicking around, but the actual, like, things where you enter stuff themselves weren't that hard today, so that's good, that's good. But yeah, this Friday, I do have guests over for the weekend, or they're staying somewhere else, but I don't know how free I'll be on Friday, but, you know, they're not staying the night, so I might hop on later, and then we'll continue this. If not, I'll hop on sometime this weekend and play some more Blasphemous, but I'm pretty sure I can make Friday. But yeah, thank you to whoever is still watching, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. Have a good night.